So this video is about what is hearing loss. So many people hear the term hearing loss and experience having trouble hearing and communicating, but they don't really know what hearing loss is, what's actually happening. So I wanted to take a quick moment to give you a brief overview about what's causing what you're experiencing. So the most common type of hearing loss is called sensory neural hearing loss. So I'm going to show you with a graphic here what I'm talking about. So this is the brain, and then we have our ears. We have two ears, most of us. And so on each side of your head, information is being sent to the brain by the ears. You have your outer ear, which is what we think of, what we say to a baby when we say, point to your ear, right? Then you have your ear canal. This is where wax builds up, if it builds up for you. You have your middle ear, which starts with your eardrum, and then you have the 3 or 6 smallest bones in your entire body. And then you have your cochlea and your semicircular canals, which are responsible for balance, which we're not getting into in this video. And then, but your cochlea is the organ of hearing. And so this entire system on both sides have to be working well in order for us to hear well. So it's amazing that so many of us have normal hearing. It's just amazing how the human body works. So sensory neural hearing loss is damage to the inner ear or the pathway up to the brain. 95% of hearing loss is sensory neural, which also means that it's not medically manageable or surgically treatable. The only exception to that would be those that are severe to profound hearing loss in adulthood that need cochlear implants. That would be a topic for another video as well. But most people that have this type of hearing loss are very successful with properly fit and managed hearing aids. And that's the key. They have to be properly fit and managed. But that's one of the types of hearing loss, is the cells. There are thousands of these little cells, microscopic cells in the inner ear. They're called hair cells. Very different than this type of hair, and they're damaged. And so in our testing, we determine which cells are damaged and how it's affecting the information that's sent to your brain. All of that has to be determined in order for us to really understand how this is affecting you and what limitations it's placing on your brain. The other type of hearing loss is conductive, and this is typically temporary or surgically treatable, or sometimes we just monitor it and overcome it with properly fit hearing aids. But wax could cause a mild conductive hearing loss. It's not typically enough to cause some of the major issues that people might be experiencing, but it could cause a mild dullness in hearing, or some buildup, some damage to the bones, some buildup of fluid with an ear infection, any masses or growths that could happen in the middle ear or actually on the tympanic membrane or the eardrum. So a conductive hearing loss happens in this area, sensory neural hearing loss happens in this area, or a mixed hearing loss means that there's something going on with both, the sensory neural component being permanent and then sometimes the conductive component being temporary. Or for individuals that have had surgery, middle ear surgery or reconstruction or removal of a growth, there's often some permanent conductive component there that we just have to overcome as well. So everything is about the brain and about whether or not our brain is getting the information that we need. And so hearing loss is any disruption of the brain getting that information from the auditory system. And we, in your diagnostic exam, work through that, assess the entire system and figure out where those deficiencies may be, or if all is well and there's something else that could be causing your limitations. We hope that was a quick overview, and we can talk about your specific needs and your specific situation during your appointment. Have a great day.